5 habits that will change your life forever. There are moments in life when you realize something needs to change. Not a little change, not just surface-level fixes, but real, deep, lasting transformation. And you wonder, where do I even begin? The truth is, you don't need to escape to the mountains. You don't need to read 100 self-help books. You don't need to wait for motivation to strike. You just need the right habits. The ones that don't just make you better, the ones that build you. Habits that shape the way you think, the way you feel, the way you respond to life when it doesn't go your way. And the good news? You don't need to master 100 of them. You just need 5. Welcome to Deep Stoic Minds, the place where we don't just talk motivation, we live it, we breathe it, and we bring it down to earth. This channel is for people who want more than just noise, people who want to feel calm but strong, still but focused, grounded but growing. Here, we take ancient Stoic wisdom and apply it to modern chaos. We don't chase hype, we build habits. And if that sounds like your kind of path, you're exactly where you're meant to be. By the end of this video, you're going to walk away with 5 simple but powerful habits that, if practiced consistently, will genuinely change your life. Not overnight, not with magic, but with intention. Each habit in this video has been chosen not because it's trendy, but because it's timeless. Because the people who live with purpose, strength, peace, and clarity, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on rhythm. That rhythm is built through habit, and in this video, we're going to give you that rhythm, one habit at a time. Before we dive in, if you're the kind of person who wants calm motivation, daily wisdom, and mental clarity, subscribe to Deep Stoic Minds right now. Because every week, we're dropping videos that speak to your inner strength, not just your outer hustle. And if this video helps you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Help them change their habits too. You never know who's one habit away from a whole new chapter. All right, now let's get into the first habit. Why mornings matter more than you think. Most people wake up because they have to. The alarm goes off, they groan, they scroll, they rush, they start the day reacting, not creating. But what if your mornings became sacred? Not about productivity, not about pressure, but about presence. Waking up early doesn't mean joining the 5 a.m. club or grinding at the gym before sunrise. It simply means this: you start the day before the world gets a hold of you. Because once your phone starts buzzing, once your feed starts scrolling, once the world starts asking things of you, you've already lost your calm, your focus, your choice. But when you own your morning, something shifts. You create space, you take control, you decide what matters. That's not discipline for the sake of discipline, that's freedom, the mental benefits of waking up early. Here's what changes when you wake up early. Even just 30 minutes earlier than usual, you think clearer. Your mind is rested. There's no noise yet. You can hear yourself. You build confidence. You're no longer rushing. You're choosing to start the day with intention. You avoid decision fatigue. Instead of waking up into chaos, you ease into clarity. That calm momentum stays with you. You become more consistent. Morning routines don't have to be long. They just need to be yours. And repetition builds rhythm. What to do in your first 30 minutes. If you're wondering what to do with your early time, don't overthink it. You don't need a 20-step miracle morning. Here are 5 calm, effective morning habits you can mix and match. 1. Sit in silence 5 or 10 minutes before the phone, before the coffee. Just sit, listen, breathe. Let your nervous system settle. Stillness is strength. 2. Journaling or thought dumping 5 to 15 minutes. Write down what's in your head. What am I thinking? What am I worried about? What do I want to focus on today? Don't write for perfection. Write for clarity. 3. Read something grounding 5 minutes. Pick something small but wise. A Stoic quote, a line from a book, a sentence from a philosopher or poet. Start the day with depth, not dopamine. 4. Walk without your phone 5 to 10 minutes. Movement without distraction clears mental fog. Let your senses wake up. 5. Breathe intentionally 1 to 3 minutes. Just inhale, exhale. Notice your breath. You don't need apps or rituals. You just need your lungs and your attention. What time should you wake up? There's no magic wake-up hour. This isn't about waking up at 4 a.m. like a Navy SEAL. It's about waking up before the world steals your mind. Here's a simple goal. Wake up just 30 minutes earlier than you do now. If you normally wake up at 8, you'll notice, try 7:30. Use those 30 minutes for silence, breath, or reflection, not TikTok. Once your brain sees that morning as your time, it will start craving it. And slowly it becomes a rhythm, not a chore. Stoic reminder. Mornings are for you. Here's what the Stoics believed. You don't control the outside world, you only control your mind. So how you start your day becomes how you face your day. If you roll out of bed into distraction, you've already lost. But if you begin with calm, you carry that calm into every room you enter. The modern world wants your attention the moment you open your eyes, but you get to choose. Will you react to life or respond to it? Owning your morning means you choose response over reaction. Daily morning affirmations. Here are some simple affirmations you can repeat to yourself during your morning habit time. I don't chase the day, I lead it. This morning is mine. This mind is mine. I can handle whatever comes because I've already handled my mind. I rise early not to do more, but to feel more. Today I will move with calm and purpose. Repeat whichever feels real to you, or write your own. Words become thoughts. Thoughts become habits. Habits become identity. Common excuses and Stoic replies. Excuse, I'm not a morning person. Stoic reply, you weren't born one. No one is. You train to become one, like anything else worth building. Excuse, I don't have time. Stoic reply, you do. You just gave it to Instagram, emails, or Netflix the night before. Excuse, I don't know what to do when I wake up early. Stoic reply, sit in silence, breathe, think, or just enjoy your coffee, without distraction. Final thought for chapter 1. You don't have to conquer your whole day before breakfast. But if you can own the first few moments, you change how everything else feels. That's power, that's peace. That's how you begin a new life, quietly. Each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Buddha Habit 1. Own your morning, and your day will never own you. Chapter 2. Digital Minimalism. Reclaim your mind. We live in a world where attention is the most valuable currency. Our phones buzz, notifications light up the screen, the scroll never ends, and in the middle of it all, our minds become scattered, fragmented into tiny pieces by likes, tweets, reels, and endless noise. But here's the truth. Clarity doesn't come from consuming more, it comes from subtracting the unnecessary. Why digital minimalism matters. Digital minimalism isn't about deleting all your apps or escaping to a forest. It's about using technology intentionally, choosing when and how you engage with the digital world instead of letting it control you. Because if you don't choose where your attention goes, someone else will. Cal Newport, the author of Digital Minimalism, puts it simply, clutter is costly. The more you allow distraction, the more you lose your ability to focus. Marcus Aurelius didn't have Instagram or TikTok, but he understood the principle. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Every time you choose peace over noise, you're building that strength. Simple ways to practice digital minimalism. Let's keep it real. You don't need to go offline forever. You just need boundaries. Here are a few small shifts that can change everything. Start your day without a screen. Don't grab your phone the moment you wake up. Give yourself 30 minutes. No scrolling, no checking. Just breathe, stretch, journal, or enjoy your coffee in silence. Turn off non-essential notifications. If your phone is constantly lighting up, your brain never rests. Disable alerts for social media, email, or any app that doesn't support your peace. Use a tech-free hour daily. Set 1 hour aside each day to go screenless. Walk, meditate, cook, sit outside. Reconnect with life beyond the screen. Clean up your digital space. Unfollow accounts that drain you. Delete apps that don't serve your goals. Curate your feed to reflect the person you want to become. Stillness is power. There's a reason every ancient wisdom tradition speaks of silence, stillness, and solitude. When you reduce the noise, you hear your own voice again, and from that voice comes clarity. From that clarity comes intention. From that intention comes change. Let's be honest. Most of us don't need more content. We need more quiet, more space to think, to feel, to reflect. Digital minimalism isn't about rejecting the modern world. It's about refusing to be a slave to it. Build the habit, not the guilt. Start small. Maybe today you take a 10-minute walk without your phone. Tomorrow maybe you journal instead of scrolling at night. The point isn't perfection, it's awareness. You don't have to go full Stoic monk to feel peace. You just need to reclaim the parts of your mind that have been hijacked by distraction. What happens when you practice this? You feel calmer, you sleep better, you think more clearly. You start to enjoy boredom again, and that's where your best ideas are born. Final thought from the ancients. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Scrolling 4 hours a day isn't time off, it's time lost. So choose differently, even just for today. Habit 2, use technology. Don't let it use you. Habit 3, control your inputs. What if I told you your mind is not tired, it's overwhelmed? Most of us don't suffer from a lack of motivation, we suffer from too much noise. And the truth is, what you feed your mind shapes your entire life. Let's begin. We often talk about what we eat, what we consume physically, but far more dangerous than junk food is junk input. Think about your day. How many minutes after waking up do you check your phone? How often do you scroll, consume, compare, react before you've even sat with your own thoughts? Information is everywhere, but wisdom, that only grows in stillness. The Stoics weren't anti-knowledge, they were anti-noise. Seneca once said, "If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich." In other words, filtering what comes in, what you read, listen to, and absorb, is just as important as what you do. Modern chaos, ancient calm. Today we live in the loudest era in human history. Endless headlines, opinions, videos, outrage, algorithms. But here's what they don't tell you. You get to choose what enters your mind. You don't need to consume everything that's put in front of you. Start asking, is this helping me grow? Is this calming my mind or stirring it up? Am I feeding fear, comparison, or peace? The 3 filters of input control. Let's make it simple. Here's a habit you can build today. Whenever something tries to enter your mind, whether it's a tweet, a video, a comment, a conversation, run it through these 3 filters. Is it useful? Will this improve your life in any real way, or is it just drama in disguise? Is it kind? Is it adding to your compassion, your understanding, or is it fueling judgment? Is it timely? Even wisdom at the wrong time can be distracting. Ask, is now the right time for this? Digital minimalism, mental clarity. You don't have to delete everything, but be intentional. Clean your feed like you clean your room. Unfollow accounts that spark comparison or outrage. Subscribe to channels that bring you peace, perspective, or purpose. Take a weekly input fast. Even 4 hours with no media can reset your mind. Marcus Aurelius journaled not to express himself, but to remind himself. You need that kind of space. To think, to return to your values, to reconnect with your own thoughts instead of someone else's agenda. Protect the garden of your mind. Imagine your mind as a garden. Every tweet, video, headline, comment, it's a seed. Some grow into weeds, others bloom into wisdom. But you are the gardener. If you want peace, plant peace. If you want clarity, plant stillness. If you want truth, stop watering the lies. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to have an opinion about every news story. You don't have to explain your boundaries. You just have to protect your inner peace like it's sacred. Because it is. The quiet power of less. When you reduce the noise, something beautiful happens. You hear your thoughts, you feel your breath, you reconnect to what actually matters. The Stoics were masters of this, not because they were born different, but because they practiced filtering out what didn't serve them. They chose silence over noise, wisdom over opinion, simplicity over stimulation. So ask yourself, what am I feeding my mind today? Your challenge. This week, try this simple habit. For 30 minutes each morning, avoid all screens. Instead, journal, sit in silence, walk without your phone, or read something timeless. Notice what happens. Notice how you feel. Notice how much calmer and clearer your world becomes, because when you control your inputs, you reclaim your mind. Habit 3. Control your inputs. Guard what enters your mind. Use the 3 filters: useful, kind, timely. Reduce noise, increase clarity. Follow wisdom, not algorithms. Protect your peace like your life depends on it, because your mental life does. Stay tuned. Up next is Chapter 4. Habit 4. Move your body, move your life. If you've ever felt stuck in your mind, your body might hold the key. We'll explore how Stoic movement isn't about six-packs or sprints. It's about presence, resilience, and returning home to yourself. So stay with us. This journey gets deeper, and your life clearer. Chapter 4. Practicing stillness every day. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Have you ever noticed that some of your worst decisions were made in moments of noise, external or internal? The truth is, we live in a world where silence is rare. Noise isn't just what we hear, it's the endless scrolling, constant comparing, rushing from one thing to the next. But what if I told you that the most powerful habit to transform your mental clarity, peace, and decision-making is stillness? Let's go deeper. The noise that controls us. Most people don't realize how much noise shapes their lives. Every ping, notification, or headline isn't just stealing your time, it's stealing your mind. We're constantly reacting to opinions, expectations, trends, fears, and the more we react, the less we reflect. That's dangerous. The Stoics believed in the discipline of stillness, not passivity, but intentional quiet, the kind of calm that brings clarity. Stillness isn't doing nothing, it's doing what matters without distraction. The shift that changes everything. Try this. Every day, take 10 minutes, no phone, no music, no distractions. Sit, breathe. Let your thoughts rise without chasing them. At first, it might feel awkward. You might feel restless, that's okay. Stillness is a practice. And like any practice, it starts messy. But over time, those 10 minutes become sacred. You begin to see patterns in your thoughts. You notice what you've been avoiding. And more importantly, you begin to hear your own voice again. This is where life gets lighter, because when you're clear on what matters, you stop wasting energy on what doesn't. Stillness is strength. The modern world celebrates hustle, but real power isn't in running, it's in pausing. Stillness isn't weakness, it's control, it's presence. Think of it like this. A calm sea reflects the sky. A stormy one distorts it. Your mind is no different. Marcus Aurelius often wrote in his journal about retreating into himself, finding a quiet refuge even amidst chaos. His empire was on fire, yet his mind remained calm. That's the power of stillness. It centers you, grounds you, makes you less reactive and more intentional. If this is hitting you, pause this video later and actually try it. Just 5 minutes of intentional silence today. If it feels uncomfortable, that's a sign you need it. And if you're still here watching, you're not just looking for quick tips, you want transformation. So stay with me. The next habit might just unlock the discipline you've been missing. How to practice stillness daily, no excuses. Here's how to start: schedule it. Tie it to a habit, right after you wake up or before sleep. Set a timer, even 5 minutes counts. Close your eyes, or stare at one point, no judgment. Let thoughts come. Don't force peace. Allow it to arrive naturally. Journal after. A single sentence is enough. Stillness doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. The benefits that compound: mental clarity, emotional resilience, better decision-making, a calmer nervous system, a stronger connection with yourself. You don't notice these things after one day, but after 30, you'll wonder how you ever lived without this habit. Stoic wisdom to anchor. This habit, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. What a reminder that we don't need a cabin in the mountains to find peace. We need intentional stillness, right here, right now. Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, commit to 5 minutes of daily stillness. Come back and comment after a week. Tell us what shifted. I guarantee you'll feel something powerful change. Habit 4 is simple, but not easy. Practice stillness. Every day. Not just to escape the noise, but to reconnect with your deepest clarity. Stillness is your reset button, your grounding place, your superpower in a reactive world. Chapter 5. Build discipline like a muscle. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus. Let's be honest, every single habit we've talked about so far, waking up early, practicing gratitude, moving your body, finding stillness, none of them will work without one thing: discipline. It's not motivation, it's not inspiration, it's not about how you feel, it's about what you do, even when you don't feel like doing it. And here's the truth no one tells you. Discipline is a habit, not a personality trait. You can train it, you can build it, and once you do, your life will never be the same. Why most people fail to change. Most people think they lack motivation, but they really lack a system. They wait to feel ready, but readiness never comes. They rely on mood, on energy, on good days. But discipline isn't about good days. It's about doing what's right on bad days. A Stoic doesn't wait to feel perfect. A Stoic trains their will, just like a warrior sharpens a blade, not just for battle, but to be ready when it comes. Here's a powerful exercise to check your discipline level. Think about the last time you broke a promise to yourself. Why did it happen? What excuse did you tell yourself? Now flip it. What would your life look like today if you had kept every small promise to yourself in the last 30 days? Powerful, right? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you how to never break that promise again. How to build discipline, like a muscle. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent, even when it's uncomfortable. Here's how to build it. 1. Start small, finish big. Start with something ridiculously simple. Make your bed. Drink a glass of water. Read 1 page. Walk for 5 minutes. What matters isn't the task, it's the repetition. Consistency is how the brain wires a new identity. I'm the kind of person who follows through. 2. Use friction to your advantage. Make bad habits harder to do. Make good habits easier. Example. Put your phone across the room at night. Lay out your clothes the night before. Block distracting websites. Delete toxic apps. Don't rely on willpower. Design your environment to help you win. 3. Create non-negotiables. Have 1 to 2 daily habits that you do no matter what. Even if you're tired, sick, traveling, that might be journaling, meditation, a cold shower. These are your anchors. They prove to your mind, I don't skip, I show up. That's how discipline is forged. Stoic reminder. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. People might not understand your new habits. They might laugh, mock, or doubt you. Let them, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it because your future self is counting on you. What discipline really gives you? Freedom. Yes, real freedom. Because when you control yourself, no one else can. Confidence. Built not by affirmations but by action. Momentum. Because one small win fuels the next. Peace. Not from a lack of problems, but from knowing you'll face them head on. Discipline is the gateway to every life change. Want to wake up early? You'll need discipline. Want to start a side hustle? Discipline. Want better health? Better mindset? Better life? Discipline. There is no hack. There is no shortcut. Just a choice. Will you do what's easy now or what's better later? Every time you choose better, you grow. And every time you grow, you become a person that your old self wouldn't even recognize. So here's your mission. For the next 30 days, pick 1 small habit. Track it. Do it daily. No excuses. No breaks. Just momentum. Drop a comment below, I'm in. And tell us what habit you're starting with. We'll cheer you on. Recap of all 5 habits. Wake up early. Start your day before the world wakes you. Gratitude journaling. Shift your perspective with 3 small reflections. Daily movement. Move your body, sharpen your mind. Practice stillness. Find power in the pause. Train your discipline. Show up, even when it's hard. If you made it this far, you're not here for surface-level change. You're here because you're ready to rebuild. One habit at a time, one day at a time, one decision at a time. This is deep Stoic minds. And we believe you don't need more motivation. You need a system, a mindset, a discipline. So subscribe now if you haven't already. We drop calm, clear, and practical content to guide you back to your center. No fluff, just timeless wisdom you can actually use. We've got new videos every week, and more deep dives like this one are coming soon. Until next time, stay calm, stay clear, and remember, the habits you build today will build the life you want tomorrow.